Hey guys, Falcon, my friend. Hey Dolly. Dolly, it's nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a few days. Ends the beginning. Hey Sniper. Forgot how to put my shoes on. Alright guys. I have a doctor's appointment at 8 in the morning and I have to be fasting, which means no coffee. I can do without the food. I miss the coffee. First thing I would do. It shouldn't take long. It's hardest part was getting a ride. Falcon says, we love you too, Falcon. How are you, my friend? Guys, I hope you go check out last night's live stream, the Esoteric Cafe. You get to see some fireworks, and you get to hear some important news from our friend Squirrel Sniper. Man, how does anyone get any sleep? Bonfire night. So it's going to be a short-ish live stream this morning. I just had someone reach out to me last night, and it is the author of a brand new book, 1 Foot in Eternity, Nanette to Heart. 1 Foot in Eternity, we came to rewrite the code, remember the truth, and jump dimensions together. She will be on tomorrow. She wanted to come up sooner rather than later, which is always fine by me. So tomorrow at 5:25, tomorrow evening, is going to be a new friend. She came recommended by James Plath, who was up several weeks ago. And I'm going to be interviewed by him on his podcast, November 19th. It's an interesting subtitle. Rewrite the code, remember the truth, and jump time dimensions. Jump dimensions together. Focus says, the voices wake me up every hour or so to be negative. Not much sleep to me. Hey, Anna. Interesting, Falcon. Hey, Oni. Morning, Yogi. Hope all is well. Been spending more time away from my phone these days. Not a bad thing to do. I'm okay, Anna. I'm missing my morning oatmeal and my morning coffee. I was mentioning I got a blood test at 8 o'clock. What are the voices saying, Falcon? I just listened to D12, Blow My Buzz. D12. I don't know that. Zephyr says, I sent you a live stream of the parade last night, Eric. Thanks, Zephyr. I will check it out. Give me something to do at the waiting, and as I'm waiting. So the following Friday, not this Friday, is Karen Zubko. I think it's Zupko. Karen Zupko is another artist, another writer, another author. She wrote a book on the Course in Miracles and navigating through anxiety. But she also, we're going to talk. She has a free ebook. If you look her up, you can get her ebook. The ebook is Declares for Course Students. Enhance your guidance as a student of A Course in Miracles through clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairrecognition, claircognition, and clairsentience. So generally people can experience one more profoundly than the other. What about you guys? Which one is more prominent for you? I just downloaded her ebook. I'm going to read it. She just wrote a little thing on her Facebook page. Do you ever feel connected to a tree? You may be clairsentient. Clairsentience is an intuitive ability to feel guidance through sensing the subtle. Many of us hear Spirit's voice, but sometimes guidance doesn't come as words. It comes as a feeling like a gentle nudge, a wave of peace, or simply a feeling of love. She's a busy person. I can't believe she made time to hang out with me. Not PG, Eric. Falcon says they don't know God. But how about you? Hey, Nino. Speaking of God, I don't use the term too often because it doesn't resonate with a lot of people. However, that's just a conceptualized version of God. And the conceptual version of God doesn't resonate with me either. That was the version of God that I was taught growing up. That very distant. Did not feel like a very loving presence at all. It was only when, Sniper and I talked about this yesterday, moved towards a more Eastern mindset, Eastern philosophy, Eastern study, that God began to feel personal. Something, a force that I could actually communicate with, connected to. And it was then moving back to A Course in Miracles that truly deepened my connection. Now, the Course actually says God doesn't even know this world exists. God didn't create this world. God created the real world. We've created this world through our projections. Projections cause our perception. Do you think God would have created a world of suffering, of death, of children starving, all this division? This is our creation. So it's also our responsibility to fix. And we don't awaken from this world until everyone awakens together, which means we have a responsibility to the least, those who seem the least among us. They show up at our doorstep. They show up in our live stream. They show up in our lives. And our role is to love them. We forgive. Forgive is the ultimate expression of love because it's saying, I choose to see who you truly are. I choose to see who you really are. I choose to see you as the face of Christ within the messiness of your humanness, which we all share. We're all messy. We're all humans. We all have issues. Hey, Big Al. Let me catch up in the chat. Nina says, pray for the people of Cebu. The typhoon was bad and another one coming. I will. Thank you, Nino. Thank you. Simple says, love you, Phoenix. How you doing, Big Al? Also, Sudan. Prayers all the way around. Falcon says, I may not be a smart man, but I know what love is. Forrest Gump. You ever read the book Forrest Gump, which actually came before the movie? Totally different. Very good. But it spoiled the movie for me. Had I seen the movie, I would have thought, this is a good movie. But having read the book, I was like, it has nothing to do. Having read the book, I watched the movie, and it's like, it's got nothing to do with the book. Hey, India. Well, I'm welcome to be part of the. I'm happy to be part of any community like that. Any community that is inclusive and full of love, I am part of. Big Al says, "Bless you, Anna. I'm good. Hope you're doing okay as well." So this is what I wrote this morning about laws. Truly, I am under no laws but God's, and yet I do recognize and live my life in a very ordinary fashion, recognizing that the world has a certain order that I must follow. It's the interior light that guides me, however, unwavering in its quality, always illuminating my path ahead. I am in an illusory world, real in a very physical sense, and honored for the lessons that it offers. But reality offers only God's law, singular in its devotion to love, light, and forgiveness. I am under no laws but God's, and happily so. I got to clean that up. I made some typos there. As I always do. I don't know why I don't fix my typos. Hey, Marlon. Why I don't like pre-read before I post. I never do. Big Al says, I am well. Thanks, Yogi. Yourself? I'm sorry for being absent. I needed some time for myself. That's understood. Always okay. No judgments. People do come and go. My only wish is, if you're going to go, go with love. Hey, Shepherd's Chapel. Said hi. Hello, my friend. So that was actually taken from A Course in Miracles. No laws but God's. Lesson 76. I'm going to read a little bit of it. I was just reading something from David Hawkins. If you are someone who studies A Course in Miracles, around the 90 lesson mark, 90 days in, your brain begins to literally show a neurological difference in its thinking. It has grown in empathy, it has grown in compassion, it has grown in forgiveness, and it is choosing love more often. This can actually be mapped out and mind scans, brain scans. Pretty amazing. So this is lesson 76, a little bit of it. We have observed before how many senseless things you seem to be salvation. Each has imprisoned you with laws as senseless as itself. You are not bound by them. Yet to understand that this is so, you must first realize salvation lies not there. While you would seek for it in all things, you have no meaning. You bind yourself to laws that make no sense. Thus do you seek to prove salvation is where it's not. Salvation here, we're not talking about going to eventually some distant heaven where we're going to be saved by God. We're talking about in this moment being free of anxiety, being at peace, knowing that you are infinitely loved and being able to extend love in all circumstances. That's salvation. And that's achievable right here and right now. This is why you are under no laws but God's. Remember, all these laws, even the laws of, money, the laws of currency, the laws of gravity, every law of man ultimately has no meaning. So think of the freedom and the recognition that you are not bound by all the strange and twisted laws that you have set to save you. You really think that you could starve unless you have stacks of green paper, strips, and piles of metal disc? You really think a small round pellet or some fluid pushed into your veins through a sharpened needle will ward off disease and death? You really think that you are alone unless your body is with you? It is insanity to think these things. You call them laws and you put them under different names in a long catalog of rituals that have no use and serve no purpose. You think you must obey the laws of medicine, of economics, and of health, protect the body, and you will be saved. These are not laws but madness. The body is endangered by the mind that hurts itself. The body suffers just in order that the mind will fail to see that it is a victim of itself. The body suffering is a mask the mind holds up to hide what really suffers. It would not understand that it is its own enemy, that it attacks itself and wants to die. It is from this your laws would save your body. It is not this you think you are a body. Yet there are no laws but God's. This needs repeating over and over until you realize it applies to everything that you made in opposition to God's will. Your magic has no meaning. What is meant to save does not exist. Only what is meant to hide will save you. So what here was saying, to unpack it a little bit, is this isn't to say that if you feel called to any kind of medicine, any kind of protection for your health, just know that ultimately you're treating a body and the body is an illusion. Honor the illusion, but don't believe that it is necessarily so. Honor the laws, don't steal. Honor, get a job if you need a job, but ultimately know that that is not reality. Reality is God alone. Marlon, how are you today? Hey, Lucy. Falcon says this girl made him dinner. Roast vegetables. Nice. Hey, sissy. Take 300 beautiful seconds to heal, twin. Did I miss Tandra? There she is. Hey, Tandra, how are you? Sorry I missed you. Any tips to not hurt the ones you love and be more kind? Let's think about that. A Big Al says, never gone, just fighting his demons. I often think about that expression. What if we didn't fight our demons? I'm at 60. I've had decades worth of fighting my demons. It was only when I learned to love myself through the demons that things began to change. But everyone, I don't want this to be do this, do that. Everyone arrives to these things on their own. Here's one thing to know for certain, though, Big Al. We will help love you through your demons. Do you have people who absolutely love you here? And we will love you. We will hold you through every battle that you have. So what are you doing, Marlon? What are you doing that makes you feel like you're hurting the ones that you love? Let's see. What did I miss from Sissy? Sorry, guys. I'm just looking at all the comments. Having a hard time keeping up. I have not had my morning coffee, and I feel it. Big Al says, what if you're one of the demons, Yogi? A sweet, caring, friendly demon? Me? The same. The answer applies. The answer applies to all things. Love the demons. Love your way through the demons. But hey, sometimes, you know, you need some space. Marlon says, saying and doing the wrong thing at the wrong time, mainly. So how do you know it's the wrong thing at the wrong time? What kind of feedback are you getting? Tanja says to Marlon, being there for them is everything. Sissy says, nothing, you missed nothing. Did you just Obi-Wan Kenobi me? Sissy? Cat does that too. You missed nothing. The drone you seek is not here. Green beans, pumpkin, sweet potatoes, and carrots. Enjoy, my friend. Same, need coffee, maybe a hot toddy. I've never had a hot toddy. I don't even know what a hot toddy is, actually. I'm getting a blood test at 8 in the morning. So I got to be fasted. Not even coffee. Nature says, sometimes you don't need to say anything. Your friendship is precious. This is true. They're making them confine in me less, which makes me more worried and feel more helpless and screw up even more. So don't seek to make anyone do anything, ever. It is not your responsibility. Tandra had a wonderfully deep, loving, profound thing. Sometimes you don't need to say anything. Your friendship is precious. Be presence. Be presence. As presence, you don't need to do a single thing. You just need to show up. They will let you know what they need. Don't insist that you know. Don't think that anything that you can say or anything that you can do is going to make any difference to anyone in any way. It's wishful thinking. If there's something they need from you, be present, be presence, and they will ask. When you are just extending love, and love is always silent. Love does not need a single word to show that it's there. Doesn't need to announce itself. Presence doesn't need to say, here I am, I'm present. It just is. Be present. And it's a practice. Practice. Practice, practice, practice. Practice on live streams. I mention that quite a bit. Before you go into a live stream, pause. Read the room. What are people talking about? Is what I'm about to say supporting what the message is? Or is I just announcing myself because I want everyone to know, hey, I'm here and I got something to say? The difference between ego and presence. Ego is always announcing itself. Ego always wants to help because it thinks it knows what's best, but it doesn't. The ego only knows what the ego wants. The ego wants to be known as a helper, as a healer, as someone who did this. Presence heals from within. Presence extends itself, and it's always love. Big Al says, you're a hot toddy? You say toddy or toady? Big Al, did you listen to fireworks last night? Does any of that make sense, Marlon? Hey, Selena. How are you, my friend? And it says the difference between ego and presence. I think the most beautiful description of that, again, is from St. Paul's in Letters of the Corinthians. I tried doing that. Here's the thing again about presence. You don't have to try to be present. There's no effort in presence. But sometimes I can't. I don't know if acting like there's nothing helps. You're not acting like anything. You're just being there. You're just being present. Extend love. And again, it's a practice, practice, practice. You don't have to do it. Just show up. The first thought you have, here's the thing, important thing to remember. The ego always speaks first. It always speaks loudest, and it's always wrong. Yes, they set off my PTSD. I went to bed at 6 p.m. Didn't want to get out of bed this morning. Instead, I was up early for a drink with my neighbor, and I'm tired. Sorry about that. I wondered about that. Hey, Selma. Did I miss Selma coming in? Oh, Selena. Sorry about that, Big Al. Sissy says, strip away all the worldly demands, labels, titles, images, personalities, identities, and just be. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and glad in it. Amen to that. And it says, how often do you have blood tests? I haven't had one probably for about 4, maybe even 5 years, which is why they need it. Thank you, Lucy. We got some unicorn vibes. Premiering soon. Sissy has her link up and ready, guys. So, blood tests, and then hopefully I will stop and get a cup of coffee, and then get something to eat. Big Al says, that's why I'm here, Yogi. Otherwise, I'd be sleeping, and I don't sleep during the day. Anything after 9 a.m. is day for me. Gotcha. I'm the same, although lately I have been taking a nap as described by my nap guru, Cat and Jack. She knows how to nap, guys. She does it right. So she says, shameless plug. That is still feeling weird. Sharing is someone else's chat. Oh, that's why we're here, Sissy. Let me read something really quick. Again, from A Course in Miracles. So here's a prayer to live by. And I do my best every day. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent Him who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do because He who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever He wishes, knowing He goes there with me. I will be healed as I let Him teach me to heal. That's an important thing to consider as well, Marlon. Get rid of the He that points towards a God, because I know that you are not a believer in God. But you are a believer in reality. You're a believer in universe. You're a believer in love. So let's change the words around. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent the love that sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do because love, who sent me, will direct me. I am content to be wherever love wishes, knowing that love goes there with me. I will be healed as I let love teach me to heal. It's the same thing, but it's a little more easily accessible for some. So pause. Let love speak through you. Don't speak for love. You're not capable of speaking for love. By you, I mean the egoic center of Marlon. Love speaks for itself. You are a vehicle for love, an expression of love. Just open up and allow love to come out. Young people take naps so we age slower. Old people take nap. Just don't tell me you put your slippers. I don't have a reclining chair. I do have slippers. Me, I take naps because I sleep about 5 hours a night, sometimes less. Probably closer to 4.5, maybe even closer to 4. And the naps give me a little bit of an edge. Helps me recover from my workouts. Marlon says, I have a talent to do that in the worst possible time. Oh, well, I keep trying. Already a lot better than I used to be. Just sometimes I fail. Stop. We all do. Stop and take a breath. Know that your first inclination is probably wrong. Remain silent. Offer yourself his presence. Serpent says, Marlon, you have pure essence of a spiritual warrior, from my perspective. Big Al says, been there. Marlon says, Jace has a great recliner. Should head on over and take a nap. Deep down, all beings are innocent and pure divine love. Absolutely, Falcon. Absolutely. Just a couple minutes, guys. We're going to head out and take a walk. I really want a cup of coffee. I wish the place where I used to take my dad for his blood test, they open at 6 in the morning. My place opens at 8. Ridiculous. Big Al says Jason's due his bus pass, I think. Jason's birthday is coming up. Jason Heavenly Star. I think it's Saturday. I think his birthday is Saturday. I know, or it might be tomorrow. Got quite a few friends who are having a birthday coming up. Our friend Carl, by the way, his birthday is the 12th. He's a young man, 51. Falcon says, more tea, please. I wish I could have tea, too. Marlon says, I do that at least 90% of the time. So it does take a lot out of me. Not to let the ego speak, and even more so. So it only takes, ego can only take from ego. So it can't take anything out from of you, ever. Big Al says, I want a coffee, but I can't be bothered to move. I'll make you a cup when I get back from the doctor's. And then next week I have an actual doctor's appointment where I will be poked and prodded and examined, peeking at every corner. Falcon says, you are all very loved. Thank you, Falcon. You are too. Big Al says, sounds great. Would love to try a Yogi homebrew. Here's my secret recipe. Boil water take a 2 teaspoons of instant coffee, put it in a cup with the boiling water, stir, drink. Don't put anything in it. Now I do get organic coffee. I don't know how much longer I'll be getting organic coffee. I'm using my reserves very sparingly. Marlon says, the presence of someone I love deeply makes it easier to put love first. But when that person isn't there, it's harder. When those thoughts get the best of me, sometimes it carries over. Just know that the presence of someone you love is a representation of the love that you are. Just a representation, right? A representative. So that means that the love that you're giving that person is the love that you have within inside of you, which is who you are, which is always present, which means you can also extend it towards yourself. Brother says, really instant coffee. Didn't expect a whole food vegan to use anything instant. Nothing wrong with instant though. You know, it's organic coffee. It hasn't been chemically treated. It's actually probably better than anything that's been processed. It is ground coffee beans. Organic. That's it. Ground coffee beans. Dehydrated. Marlon says, everyone send Yogi some coffee before he runs out. So I'm in my own position of trust right now. I got to trust that things are happening. Things will be provided for. That's all. That's all I'll say about that. One of the great things in a course, when you get to the manual for teachers, and they talk about learning to trust, ultimately so. And it sometimes seems like we're losing things as we are learning to trust the actual source. And right now, this actually, 2025 has felt like a year of a lot of loss. People, things, items, finances, cars, unfortunately. But it all is about recognizing, again, the source. All right. Through it all, we just maintain. We do what we do. Guys, I'm going to head out. I'm going to take my walk. Man, I had a beautiful morning with a fox. 2 fox yesterday. But 1 fox literally posed for me. Focus says, Yogi ain't to be trifled with. I do not abide in any trifling. Hey, Stinkbug. You were up early, my friend. You are, I believe you're an hour behind me in Alabama. So it's going on 6 for me. So it's going on 5 for you. How are you, my friend? We're wrapping things up, Stinkbug, but Tandra says, well, have a nice day. Thank you, Tandra. You too. Thanks for hanging out with us. Give me 1 second. I just want to do a quick plug. Because if you want to see some really, really lovely, beautiful videos, I have it up now because I wanted to check how many subscribers. Nature's Lens Connect. You're going to show up for the beauty of nature. You're going to stay for the cow videos. The cows came running. You're going to stay for the cows, guys. All right. I do got to go. Guys, sorry I was a little bit uh, in and out of the chat mentally. I'm missing that coffee. Tanya says, laughing, thank you, Yogi. You're welcome, Tanya. Of course. Always, my friend. Hey, dude, love the cows. I love Tandra's channel. I love this channel. I love the original Tandra. It's always the original. Whatever Tandra does is the original Tandra. Um, she's very artful. She's very mindful in what she does. Uh, Beautiful, perfect editing. Coffee dissidence. Yes, that's what I'm suffering from. Focus says, thank you, Uncle, and chat. Divine love bless you. Bless you too. Good to see you too, Stinkbug. We'll be back today at 1 o'clock. All right. Love you guys.